She said my hair makes me look like Orphan Annie, little Orphan Annie. But they love it down there.
Where is she?
Santa Rosa Beach, which is near Destin.
Yeah.
Kind of on that end. But it's just, she said my hair makes me look like, it's just beautiful. It really is. So she's, I built a house. Very modern house in a rather traditional subdivision. So, yeah. Peter
Still gonna minute Mike, it's fine.
Nice to see you in person.
You're live. tonight.
I am. Yes.
Yeah, we canoed down the Kenduskeag together.
What's that?
We canoed down the Kenduskeag together.
Probably
Exactly.
felt like that.
Yeah, indeed.
Well, I'll tell you, Wilson Street gets, in a rain like that, it doesn't run off, and there's deep puddles on the, continuously along the edge of the road. So cars drive through that, they send the spray into the other cars that are trying to drive.
Yeah.
And it's like, where'd the road go? Yeah. Anyway.
All right, it is 7 o'clock, so we will get rolling. We have a little script to start the meeting off, so bear with me as I review through that. Good evening and welcome to the July 11th meeting of the Historic Preservation Commission. My name is Edmund Cherneski and I am chair of the commission this year. Other commission members in attendance this evening are Nathaniel King, Matthew Whitecamp, Anne-Marie Quinn, Liam Reardon, and Peter Keebler, finally. Also in attendance from the city, we have Amy Collette and Brian Scannell, and our esteemed consultant, Mike Bullock. So, the order of the meeting is as follows. If all regular members are in attendance, associate members will participate in the meeting but do not get to vote on the motions. If any regular members are absent, associate members will vote such that there are a total of five votes for any motion. In the absence of Rebecca, Peter, and since you're never here on other ones, you get to vote this time.
Excellent, thank you, yes.
The Historic Preservation Commission has two roles. First, we serve as the Bangor Center Revitalization Area Design Review Committee, designated under Section 71 of the city ordinances, which covers review issues in the downtown and waterfront areas of Bangor. Second, the commission has several responsibilities under the Historic Preservation section of city ordinances, which is Section 148, including issuing certificates of appropriateness for construction of or changes to buildings within the city's designated historic districts. Depending on its location, we may need to review a proposal under design review criteria, the historic preservation criteria, or both. And again, 5 commission members may vote. Design review applications must receive 3 affirmative votes to be approved, and historic preservation or certificate of appropriateness applications must get 4 affirmative votes to be approved. The order of the meeting, I will call the applicants in order that they appear on the agenda. We only have one, so this should be fairly straightforward today. When I call your project, I will ask you to present your application from the podium here. Once you have made your presentation, I will ask for the consultant's report, then questions from any commission members, and thirdly, any questions or comments from the audience, either in person or virtual if there are any. When questions are completed, the commission will have a discussion of the proposal and the standards of review under which the proposal is being considered. When discussion is complete, the commission will take action on the proposal to approve, deny, or otherwise handle it. For approval of a proposal, evaluated under both design review and historic preservation, the commission will make separate motions related to each type of review. I will then ask for commission member votes, 3 final comments for applicants before the HPC. If it looks like your project will not be approved, you may choose to withdraw your application, amend your application, and then resubmit it for a future meeting. If you disagree with the decision of the commission regarding your project, you have the right to appeal the decision to the Board of Appeals, and all projects need to be started within 6 months and completed within a year. Otherwise, a new application for the commission will need to be made and approved prior to starting your project. So, without any further ado, the first item on our agenda is a certificate of appropriateness for 100 Broadway, map lot 048-1724, Broadway Historic District. Applicant owner is the John Babs Memorial High School. Approval has been requested for a certificate of appropriateness for the replacement of windows. The property is located again at map lot 048-174 within the area designated as Historic Districts, Broadway Historic District, on file in the office of the city clerk. The podium is yours, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My name is Bill Meyer. Here representing John Baptist Memorial High School this evening. Let me say, as disclaimers at the outset, that I am neither an architect or building contractor. If I misuse any terminology, I hope to, and welcome to your correction. And I appear to be the only thing standing between you and ice cream this evening, so I will be as direct as I can be. We were here in 2017 requesting the commission's approval for replacement of one of the larger windows at the school. One of the ones with the two side windows and the half-moon domed top. That project was completed, and we are back this evening essentially because of the same circumstances, which is to say that the school is approaching its 100th birthday. The cornerstone was laid in 1927 and construction completed in 1928 with materials which have held up admirably over the last almost 100 years. The stone, the terracotta, all of the materials used in the building, including a massive amount of oak. All of the doors, all of the trim, all of the wood fixtures in John Baptist High School are made from first growth oak, including all of the window frames, and therefore they have really done well over that long period of time. However, we have gotten to the point where between sunlight and rain and freeze and thaw, the windows are variously progressing to the point where they have to be replaced. We invited Nickerson and O'Day constructors, get their name right, to come in and help us do basically a triage. They looked at every window in the building and took measurements of it and classified each of the windows into one of 4 categories based on its condition. The 6 windows that are part of tonight's application are the ones that are in their red category, which are the ones in the worst condition, and they recommend immediate replacement. These are windows for which at this point we're beginning to have safety concerns, that panes could potentially fall out, or God forbid an entire sash come loose from its moorings. We have done our best over the years to maintain those windows. In fact, all of the wood structure in the building with appropriate painting and reglazing and repointing windows, but these 6 are at the point where that remedy is no longer viable for us. Our proposal is to replace these 6 windows with Anderson Series E, Anderson replacement windows. They are made from pine rather than oak, and they are double glazed rather than single glazed. But in other respects, and really in every visual respect, they're identical matches for the windows that we're removing. We will be taking out the sashes, and here again, not an architect, Mike, the things that hold the sashes up. However, leaving in place all the structure that's attached to the building itself, so the window sills and, again, whatever those things are called, that are screwed right into the concrete. These windows, by the way, Mike knows this, many of you others may as well. The building was put up, the bricklayers did their work, they created an opening for the window, and then the window fabricators came in and measured each opening and built each window to the size of the opening that was there. There was none of this. The opening is precisely the same in each location in the building. I spoke to someone about a year ago who actually had a photograph of the workers on site putting the windows together according to specs for that particular opening. I would really hope to be interrupted at some point fairly soon here. I guess having indicated that what we intend to use for a replacement is visually identical to the windows that we're taking out, and that we're removing as little as we need to in order to place the new windows into service. I've probably said as much as I can intelligently say at this point, but would welcome your questions.
At this point, Mike will let you go through your report. The applicant did respond to your questions, so we'll do that officially here as well.
Give me a second. First of all, very complete application. Thank you, Bill. Good job. Just the points that I had, and I'll read them so that they're in the record for anyone that's not here in attendance. The applicant proposes to replace the 6 double-hung windows. The replacements are wood windows. They're clad on the exterior with aluminum. So Bill didn't mention, but the outside aluminum wrap, which is painted with a very high-quality paint, gives a lot longer life to a window than anything in regular wood. The applicant has indicated that they intend to paint those closely to match as close as they can in the offered colors. I think the color was Sierra Bronze, which is a dark brown, which will match as best it can to the perimeter of the other windows there. The window grills proposed are 5/8 inch wide, full divided lights. And by FDLs, what that means is that the grills are applied both to the inside, the outside, and then there's a spacer bar in between those. So it looks very much like a true divided light window, which is what's there. I think it's also important to mention that the choice of their exterior grille is called a chamfered grille, which is looks like a putty glazed window. So if you look at the windows that are there existing, you can clearly see that they're about 5/8 wide and they have that putty chamfered or putty glazed look to them. That's important. So it matches the existing windows. The window details showed an exterior screen. That does not exist. No screens exist on any of the windows, and it's not recommended. So Bill, I'd offer you a chance to say whether or not there's going to be screens or not.
There will not,
Okay.
for the reason you mentioned. It would be inconsistent with the appearance
The
of
rest
the
of the
building.
school. They're double hung windows, but I doubt that, I mean, I've seen that you open them sometimes and they put in little ventilating
That's right.
fans. So it's good that they're operable. I wanted the commission to just confirm that the glass exposures, the size of the glass and the exposure of the glass will match those existing. So Bill, I'll give you a chance to respond to that.
Those are, to the best of my ability to measure, exactly the same size.
Okay. And I asked the commission to confirm that the existing exterior trim casings will remain unaltered. If you see, Brian, did everyone get the sketch that I had done? Okay. So the question was, and I'll just hold this up so that the commission members can see it. Around these windows, the window portion that Bill's talking about replacing is actually inside of these trim casings. So the question is, are those trim casings going to remain?
And the answer is yes.
They will, so. And that was about all I had. Good job. I think, if I recall, even years before that large archtop window was replaced in 17, Bob Kelly, I think I vaguely remember, did some of the other window replacements.
You remember correctly, the
Yeah.
north side of the building, the side that faces, or would be in the
Somerset
direction of
Street.
State Street.
Yeah,
I think all of the windows, or all on 2 floors at least, were replaced by Bob Kelly.
Yeah.
So
so there's been a history of replacement windows here.
Sure.
And I think he used Colby and Colby, I don't know if I just recall. Very similar, they're aluminum wrapped with a high quality paint finish. Yeah, that's all I've got.
At this point, if there are any questions from the commission, for the applicant, I'd be happy to hear them. Peter?
I don't have any questions.
Matthew? Anne Marie?
No questions.
I'm just curious about the location of the windows that are going in. Are they all on the same facade? Or
They're not.
Yeah.
They're not. They weathered unevenly around the building. So 2 of them are on the front of the building, 1 on the 3rd floor, 1 on the 2nd. 3 are in a panel of 6 windows on the rear of the building that don't really face any street. They're on the Somerset side. You know, the building looks like a big E if you view it from the air. So the leg of the building is along Somerset Street. It would be in that, we call it a knuckle. They're inside that knuckle, and the last one is also on the third floor, but facing the interior.
And what you're calling one window is the 9/9.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
That's,
Great.
And I believe I read in your application letter that the only difference that you've been able to ascertain between the replaced windows and the ones that are existing is just the existing ones show weathering, but the new ones do not.
that's certainly a significant difference, yes. We're also hoping that the new windows have, if not a 100-year lifetime, maybe 25 or so.
Any other questions from the commission? Okay. We will officially open the public hearing. Seeing no members of the public present, we will officially close the public hearing. Commissioners, discussion time, if there is any.
No, I think my only concern was that with the trim work being kept in place, removed and replaced carefully, and that was answered, so.
If there are no concerns or questions to the applicant, I would be, or discussion amongst the commission, I'd be open to a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve a certificate of appropriateness for the property before us at 100 Broadway Street, John Baptist Memorial High School, replacement of 6 windows.
Second.
All right, then we shall go with a roll call vote. Nate, I will start with you.
Yes.
Anne Marie.
Yes.
Liam.
Yes.
Peter.
Yes.
And I will also vote yes. Motion carries to issue a certificate of appropriateness for this project.
Did you bring our ice cream?
I did, but it was raining so hard.
Wash down the stream.
Liam, I didn't know you were so easily motivated by ice cream.
I certainly am.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Can I ask a clarifying question then? I understood the limitations of this, this particular approval. We're going to be doing this again and again and again as funds are available and as the need increases. Do we then return to you each summer when we want to do additional windows?
In the absence of any other specifications from the city planning department, I would say probably yes.
Yeah, I mean, if they're different windows, then they would be the same process.
They'll obviously be in different locations. They'll be the same windows. I'll be happy to make the same presentation. I will bring ice cream next
Yes,
time.
I was
You may see some of the same faces.
All right.
That's great.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Bill.
I didn't see any minutes to approve, but there was a significant attachment that I feel might be falling under other business.
The attachment was really just for informational purposes. We try to include educational things in the packets. Minutes were not ready, but they will be for the next meeting, so.
Unless anyone would like to discuss our significant attachment, we can move for ice cream, I guess.
Right.
And swimming. And swimming.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
Move to adjourn.
we had kids in the pool.
By the awesome power of the chair.
Excellent.
See you all August,
That's big.
August 8th, is that our schedule?
especially Peter.
Absolutely.
I believe so, yes.
I am looking forward to being here on a regular basis, in person.
Yay.
You'll have to actually trade off with Matthew on the voting part.
Oh, that's
If you're
fine.
here more than
Yeah.
once.
Yeah,
No, it was his turn.
It was definitely your turn this time.
good, yeah.
Next one, August.
At your house. Nice.
Yes, I have August as well.
Well, very good.
How's your summer going?
Oh, very well, thanks. And yours?
Pretty good, although we
Very short
have
meeting.
Good to
my
see
best
you.
friend's family
Good to see you as
visiting.
well. That's great.
His daughter tested positive for
Not as
COVID
big as
2 days ago, so
That's hard on everybody.
tested and